Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late trying to go live. I'm all heads and shoulders all over here. I'll have to do that. That looks pretty good, I guess. Okay, we wanted to try to do the movie review. Hopefully, someone else is coming in a little bit to help me out with the review. That will hopefully is Nick once he gets on. He said he was going to be a little bit late. So that leaves me by myself. I did have someone else in here, but he decided to leave beforehand. He was getting tired. It's fine. Go ahead, Mike. Get on out of here. Bye bye. If Dave wants to hop on, he can. If you want to, doesn't bother me if you do or don't. I sent you the link already. Okay, so movie review of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. This is the first time that I know of. I don't know if there's any other movies that have him in it, but this is the first time we got to see. I believe they call him Shorty in this movie. This is the kid. In the year after he made Indiana Jones or not made, but the year after he was in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Shorty, the kid, he was in a famous indie box office hit known as Goonies. The year after he was in this movie. He was in Goonies as Gadget. I loved him in that movie also. A nice little tidbit. I liked that actor. I liked the original actors that were in this movie. They did a pretty good job. I remember the mid scene where they're showing the chase scene with the carts. Um, it reminds me a lot of what they could do with Mine Train. Why not have it so it becomes the Indiana Jones based off the second movie? And it sounds like there's one behind you and they're shooting off their guns. It's just a sound. And wouldn't that be fun to be on? They could retheme the whole thing, and that little house at the very end could be something related to Indiana Jones instead of Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. Yes, Sleeping Beauty. In the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White and the Seven. Oh, Snow White. Sorry, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. I thought of that scene exactly for that ride, really, because that would have fit perfectly with it. They could make that ride into an Indiana Jones if it became popular enough. Never really became popular ever, and it was not really. It made enough money for it to make another one, but not enough money to become a national phenomenon. I wish it did become a national phenomenon because we would have had more. We would have had a whole land of Indiana Jones if it became popular enough. Just like Star Wars, just like Pandora, just like Toy Story, I would say there would be an Indiana Jones area that you get to walk around, and it's like people digging up bones and artifacts, going into lost temples and things like that would be pretty cool, I would think. If they implemented Disney Edge to this movie into the parks. Yes, they do have one ride and one show. The show is pretty cool, especially if you get picked. The ride is only in Disneyland, if I remember correctly. I think there might be another one in Tokyo Disney. I don't remember on out of US, but in Disneyland, the ride is really really cool, and it kind of reminds me of the ride of Dinosaur from way back when, and it has the moving carts that move up and down and left and right, and you're trying to get away from big, huge boulders, and it's pretty fun to be on that ride at Disneyland. Um, this movie itself was really fantastic. A nice little treat. One of Disney's best second attempts at a movie, like a continuation that Disney did itself, kind of. Sure. It was probably one of the better ones, I would have to say. And here he is.
Hey Richard, how you doing?
Hello, welcome.
Sorry I'm a little late.
You're good. I was just talking a lot about well, I gave my review of it. I think this movie out of 10, probably I'll give it a solid as 7, maybe even a 7.5 if it's pretty high up there.
It is.
Probably in my opinion, probably one of Disney's best second attempts at a continuation of a movie, in my opinion.
It was a good film, but it
Yeah.
definitely had its flaws.
Yes, it did.
I mean, I can go into that, but
It had its flaws, but I know the science fiction aspect has always been with Indiana Jones, weirdly. Even though you could make the movie without it, but there always has to be something that, like, you wouldn't even expect something happening kind of thing happening. It always happens at the very end. Um, I don't remember what was this one. It was that stone, wasn't it?
yeah, these were the three stones.
The 3 stones.
It's,
Um,
apparently, the guy that was I forgot his name, but they stole the stones, and it was part of a village, and then the kids were taken by
yep,
the villain of the film, and they
yep,
were put into slavery and everything else, and it's a fun adventure film. It really is.
yes.
And then the villain is basically he can tear the hearts out of people.
It was
So
really interesting, you
yeah,
know?
it really was. And it's actually, I
Um,
think, out of the three
I don't know if this
films,
was a much as a big bang moment as the first one where basically the whole Nazi army got incinerated with
yeah.
ghosts, I guess you
But
can call them.
but that's the thing within
Spirits.
in the three film series. I'm not talking about the 4 and 5. In the
Yeah.
three, this is the only film that doesn't have Nazis in it.
Oh, it doesn't?
Nope, there's no Nazis. Like as the
Oh,
main
he wasn't
villain.
a Nazi, was he?
No.
They never talked about the Führer, which they
Yep.
always talk about the Führer if they're talking about the
Yeah.
Nazis, in my head.
It was only that the Nazis were in the first one and in the Last Crusade. Out of the
Yep.
three, the second one that didn't have the Nazis as the main villain.
Have you got to see the new movie?
Yes, I did.
I did too. They do have Nazis in it.
Yeah,
Okay. I'm not gonna spoil anything until a few weeks, probably. I'm
exactly.
gonna
Yeah,
let it simmer a little bit. I'll probably get out of the theaters before we do a review.
yeah. I mean, I already made my review. It's already up. So, but still, yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, exactly. Um, weirdly, the main actor, yes, Indiana Jones was fantastic in this movie.
Hmm.
But weirdly, I didn't think he was the main actor. That was the kid, in my opinion. Um,
Yeah,
I believe they called him Shorty.
Short Round,
Short Round. Yes,
played
it
by
was
Ki Hoi
Short Round.
Kwan.
And can you name a movie that he was in 1 year after this movie was made? Short Round.
Oh man, what was
From
that
back in the
movie?
day, yes, he was a kid.
He was still a kid. Oh, The
He was
Goonies.
still a kid. Goonies. Yep. He was Gadget.
No, Data,
Data. Sorry, Gadget. Data.
Data, whatever. Data, I think it was. Yeah,
Data.
Data.
Data. Yeah. I always called him the Gadgets because he always had the gadgets.
Exactly. That's another good film. I love that film. It's on
I
my
love
top
that
five.
film. Who would have thought a year after having this was I count this movie as like an indie hit, yes, it made halfway decent, and it made enough money in the box office, but barely, if I remember correctly, when it first came out.
Yeah.
What made it money was the merchandise and the DVDs afterwards.
Yep.
It became
Exactly.
an indie film hit, basically, a cult
See,
classic.
but see, like to me, in my opinion, like I would rate this like number three.
Well,
First one would be Raiders. Second one
yeah,
would be Last Crusade, and
Last
this would be the
Crusade.
last one.
Oh, you're not even counting Crystal Skull?
No, I'm talking about just the first three.
Oh, first 3,
I'm not
okay.
talking about Crystal Skull. I'm not talking
Plus
about
Crystal
Dial of
Skull, number
Destiny.
4, and
Yeah,
then number 5.
I'm talking about the first three, the originals.
I forgot that Crystal Skull was not part of the original group.
No, that was number 4.
Yeah. I thought that they had, like, a contract for 4, and then they made the 5th finally, but
They might have, but I only count this as 1, 2, and 3, and then I
okay.
count 4 and 5. But you know,
It was a fun movie. Oh, I liked the chase scene in this one. It reminded me of like a POV of watching what is that called? Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs the Mine Train
the
ride.
Mine Train. Yeah,
Couldn't you imagine them making that into an Indiana Jones for this movie, making it into a ride?
that'd be
W-
interesting.
That would be interesting and fun, and it might boost sales for the movie too.
Oh yeah, but that was another thing I was gonna say is basically the I don't know you say CGI, but like the back screen of it,
Yeah,
you could definitely tell it was fake.
it was fake. Yeah.
Especially the train the scene when they're on the river.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and they're rushing through the river. Man, that was totally fake.
It was totally fake.
It was just you could tell.
It was a fun movie to
Yeah,
watch.
it was fun, but it had its
Um,
flaws.
it had its flaws. It was what was this?
Yeah, I
1984 or
mean it was good
85?
for its time.
Yeah, it wasn't it 84 or 85?
I believe it was 84 because
84.
80 first one came out in I think 81.
Well, that's pretty good because I would be 1 year old at that time. So
Well, I would have been 4 when this film
I
came
was
out.
I was 1.
But yeah, I mean, I could talk about other stuff like Kate Capshaw in this movie.
Oh yes.
Mm, I don't know.
Well,
Her character, all she did was whine, complain, scream.
yeah,
Plus, she was Steven Spielberg's wife at the time, so you got to remember that. And
yeah.
Steven Spielberg was the director, so
Yep.
she was really the kind of the comedic way, but not really in this movie.
Yeah.
I think Short Round was funny,
Short Ram was funny. I liked
especially
him in
telling
that.
people like, "You call him Dr. Jones."
Yeah, exactly.
I got a kick out of that.
Oh gosh. Great movie. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know what?
it is a
Yeah,
fun movie.
it's a
It
fun
really is.
movie. I'm glad I'm rewatching the classics. We are kind of know which one we're trying to go towards next, probably, which is number 3.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
Yes. And then we'll even try to go towards Crystal Skull and see what that looks like.
Yeah, that's to me. I really don't talk about Crystal Skull. That was just
It's the black
oof.
sheep of the family.
Yeah,
Everyone knows number 4 was the black sheep. It didn't really have that much sci-fi-ish to it.
no, that went into another direction. You don't know where it turned. It just
Yeah.
what's going on here?
All I've got to say
It's
about
like
the new movie, though, it brought it back. I kind of I think it's going to be popular enough. People are going to have their Disney Plus is going to have a high watch rate
yeah.
of the originals. It's going to boost them in on the Disney Plus platform, I think,
My
for
thing with
watching
that,
those
like I
classics.
don't want to spoil anything, but my thing is just I had mixed reviews about it.
Okay.
It was an okay film. I don't think it was the greatest. There were
Oh, okay.
things in that movie where just like there were plot holes. And when you
Oh,
deal with time travel, it's like,
they didn't try to do it
really?
before. I'm glad they are venturing out into it with this franchise, I guess. You
Yeah,
know?
but where they ended though,
Yeah.
that no. They could have done something different because I was watching somebody else's
Yeah.
stream and they were talking about it and how it ended and how it because he even said in the movie what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
But they I, That's all I'm gonna say. I
Well, it was his last hurrah, and I heard already that the kid is already gonna be in a TV series coming up for Disney Plus. So good for him.
the
The guy with the puffy kid with the puffy
oh,
hair.
okay,
I don't know his name exactly. He was
the
the
one that was
young one that
assisting
followed
her.
around the girl.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna turn out. It's
I don't
just
know, but he did. I have to say, he probably was one of the better acting in that movie. The kid was really in the last
he was
movie.
more the comedic genius on his
Yeah,
comedic
comedic
part of it.
genius. I loved him. He was the short stuff.
The
He
short
was
man,
older,
basically, yeah.
but
But there were some scenes in that movie where just I was scratching my head. I really was.
oh,
Yeah,
it was a page turn. I guess you can call it a page turn, like a book. If you watch this in a book style, it would catch you in because of the different turns it has in it.
yeah. I mean, it still had the fun, adventurous side
It
to
had
it,
the fun adventure.
but to a certain point, there were characters that really didn't need to be in this movie,
Yeah,
but were. There
that were
were some annoying parts of this movie. Was kind of okay. It was funny in the beginning, and then it just got so annoying it got dumb.
and then it's kind of interesting how they started out the newest movie. How
Yeah,
they started out and they were on a train. I'm all like, well, that's kind of quick.
yeah.
Um,
The de-aging. I mean, that was
yeah,
interesting to a
that's
certain way.
yeah, and I was all like, well, that's the first time you got to see that evil dude, whatever his name
Yeah.
is.
He was actually I was reading that he was it's actually well it's fun fact that he was actually Mads Mikkelsen who played the villain. His character was based on a real life person,
Oh,
but with a different name.
okay.
Yeah. I don't
Um,
remember the name. Don't it was a weird name, one of those.
yeah,
So,
I guess it's Indiana Jones's last hurrah.
yeah.
It's a good movie
It's,
for that point. You
well, yeah,
kind of
the dude's
you
like
watch
80
this
years
and you're like
old. What is he going to do?
you almost watch this and you're like, I kind of want to watch the others. I don't know if I care about this movie, but I kind of want to watch the other Indiana Jones now.
Yeah.
It's interesting how it kind of pushes you towards that, like,
Oh, yeah.
go to Disney Plus, watch the rest of them. That way you can see what other adventures he had.
Exactly. But it's
Yeah.
kind of like it's funny because people were saying about the film it's like watching grumpy old men
Oh.
and like
Oh
him and
wow.
he should have Indiana Jones and his walker
Oh.
because he's like that's what people are saying.
Well,
I mean, like I said,
I
he's
don't
like
know if
80
he's
something
gonna
years
be
old,
really
but
acting that much more. Really,
no, he's gonna be
he might,
yeah
but it's
he's
gonna be kind of like Grumpy Old Man, or it's
yeah
gonna be like something like non-actiony, probably.
he's gonna be
It
playing
could
like
be
the
something like
grandpa
Red.
person and
Red's out there, but it's a lot of older people. I
yeah.
was trying to think of movies that have a lot of older people in them.
There's a lot of good old. There's a lot of good movies out there that were basically the characters are old people, and they were
Yeah,
pretty good movies at the time.
yeah.
Now I don't know what they're gonna do. The whole writers
Have to
thing and
play
everything
golf.
else.
Indiana Jones and the Last Hole.
Indiana Jones and he lost his cane. I don't. I mean, what are they gonna?
Oh gosh, Indiana Jones goes to the moon. Oh gosh.
No, no, we're not gonna do that like the Fast and Furious, please. That was just they go to space.
Why not? I could see Indiana Jones with you know, he meets Buzz Lightyear.
And it's actually when he loses his hat because it floats away in space. I mean, what?
Oh gosh. He tries to save the world by stopping a meteorite.
Yeah. Like, I really hope they don't go in that direction. They won't, but I hope they don't.
Oh gosh. Another way I think that he could really continue on because he's such a he's had such a look. I guess you could say lustrous career. He's had a pretty good one, I would say, as an actor.
Oh yeah.
Why wouldn't he become a director at one time? And, that's not front forward
Well, yeah,
thinking.
director or producer.
He can be like Clint Eastwood, where he went and started to make movies.
True.
Goes that way. We don't see you, but go that way.
Then he'll be saying, "Get off my holy grail," instead of "Get off my lawn."
Do you think they are Disney has Disney have no Lucasfilm has the rights to this movie, right?
The rights to this movie?
Yes, Indiana Jones.
It should be. It should be Disney. I mean, it was.
It's either Disney or Lucas because remember, there's kind of like a
There's a split. Yeah.
split right there, and I know it was made by Lucasfilm,
I don't know.
which is a thought.
I mean, it's both on there when the credits are rolling, or even before that, you do see Disney and then you see Lucasfilm. So
Yeah, it shows
they got to
both.
come together and make it. It's not going to be one individual
So
team.
I'm gonna go in a probably a different way that you think is gonna happen. Do you think they're ever going if they're going to make another TV series, have it an animated TV series for Indiana Jones?
Do I think? I don't see why not. I mean, they already made the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles live action years and years ago.
Why not make it into a cartoon?
Exactly. Plus,
I could see it. And they already made a young Jedi Master into a cartoon. They already made some of those into animation beforehand, but that's still Star Wars, but the same effect.
It could be a lot easier work too if they did that.
Exactly.
Because everything's done with computers now.
Yeah.
So you really don't have to worry about set design and everything else, building stuff, and
yep.
Just gotta worry about casting the voice actors.
Yeah. How do you know how well it did in the box office? I haven't even looked, really.
The newest one?
Yes. Is it going to be popular enough that they're going to expand the lands?
Probably not. No,
probably not.
And it really hasn't made. I don't think it's made the money that they thought was going to be making the money.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
I think the only fans, basically, like me and you, are the people that like the Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Are going to go see that.
And then the people that want to show the kids what that was like by trying to show them a new movie.
I mean, they could wait until I said in my review, I said, you wait till Disney Plus to see it. You don't have to rush to see it in the movie theater. It's not.
I agree. I've seen it at a movie theater, but we are in a small town where I'm at right now. So we went on a Tuesday, 4th of July, Tuesday night, and it was $5 to watch the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did too. I went on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I did not pay no $13, $15 to watch the movie.
It was about $10. That's the cheapest.
But
because more than that was like, I think the regular is like $13, $15. So
yeah, $13, $15. Yeah. Yeah, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. It was pretty fun. The sets, I guess, were pretty good. It was a different kind of setting.
Sets were good.
Sets were good. I love how every movie they have that montage almost in every movie that has that. It shows the plane, then it shows like big, huge red line across the map.
Yes. See, I like that. That's pretty good.
Indiana Jones montage. There's nothing else really like it.
Richard, did you ever notice in the film that Dan Aykroyd made a cameo in that movie as a character?
I did not.
All right, the scene where they're coming into the airport, and the guy directs them to the plane. His name's Weber.
Okay.
That's Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, that's Dan Aykroyd.
If you listen very carefully, it says you can listen to the voice. It's him. I noticed it, I think, a few times. I was like, wait, that's Dan Aykroyd.
Oh, very cool.
A skinnier Dan Aykroyd, but...
Do you know if the plane that the kid flew and that guy woke up behind him. Was that anyone famous? He looked famous. I just don't know who it was.
And the Dial of Destiny, or
The Doll of Destiny, yeah.
I no, I don't think so. Because he didn't really speak English, so I didn't
Yeah.
know.
I didn't know either. He just looked famous. I'm like,
Yeah,
who is that? You know,
it's just a character actor. That's all it
just a
is.
character. He doesn't even have. I don't think he has very many words at all. I think he
He has
screamed.
words in his language, but that's about it. Not a
Yeah, words
lot.
in his language, and I think he screamed
Yeah.
quite a bit when they went out of the time loop, and then him and the boy were screaming their faces off.
I mean, that was a good shot right there. I mean, them flying the planes.
Yeah. Uh.
But how about the see, I don't want to say too much about it though, the Dawn of Destiny, because people have probably seen it out there.
Yeah. Exactly.
You
Please
know,
do watch Indiana Jones and the Doll of Destiny. Um. It's one of those movies that you think you expect the beginning and the end, and it turns out totally different.
so basically, I'm reading chat, and it looks like Jonathan has not seen it yet, from what I'm reading.
Okay.
So he says I'm staying away from spoilers, so I'm in and out.
Okay. No more spoilers.
So
I promise, Jonathan.
yeah, we could talk a bunch about it, but yeah.
We can. Um.
Next week, all right.
Have you been to Disneyland before? And have you went on the ride?
No, the only place I've been
Indiana
to is
Jones.
Disney World. That's it. I've
Okay.
never been
So
to
you've
Disneyland.
seen the stage show.
Yeah, I saw it. God, when I was a early teenager. But
Yeah.
I saw it like a couple times. That was it. It's a fun show. I like it.
It's a fun show. I like that show. It's pretty fun.
And then I like because I'm always
Keeps it
watching.
alive.
I'm always watching. It's Joey's World, and they always go
Yeah.
see it, and they know the person I guess running it.
Yeah.
So she's cool with Joey, and it's very
Yeah.
nice.
I seen one of the Joey's World streams he had, and and then I think he got chose as one of the people that was supposed to be in the stream
Yeah.
for on the stage.
Hmm.
That was pretty cool.
That was a while back. I saw that.
I'll look back. Okay. Well, I gave it about a 7.5 out of 10. It's for the not Dial of Destiny, Temple of Doom. What rating would you give this movie?
I would give it a, let's see, since it's last on my list of the original three, I would say 6.5,
Okay.
somewhere in there. I mean, it was, like I said before, it was a good, fun adventure film, but
Yeah.
it had its flaws,
Yes.
as you can see, or will see if you've never seen it before. So, but I really like the first one and the third one better.
Okay.
But The Last Crusade was, when you watch that film, it brings more of the comedy aspect in that film.
Yes, it
with
does.
Sean Connery.
Yeah.
That's why I like it so much. And the chemistry between Sean Connery and Harrison Ford, them two as father and son, it's just, I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah.
It's like that dry, sarcastic sense of humor.
Yep.
But the Temple of Doom, I mean, it's a good film.
Yeah.
But the first one, of course, the first one's always good because it's the original.
First one, yep. This one started it.
Yeah, who was it? Who was in that one? The what's the guy's name? Molina, the actor Molina, something Molina.
Yeah.
He was in that. I saw him. I'm like, wait, is that Molina? Alfred Molina, that's his name.
Ha! Doom is doomed for me. Oh, Dave.
That's going right over my head. I don't know what I'm missing something there.
I don't know either. Sometimes he says weird comments. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
always gonna be
Jonathan.
a there's always gonna be a black sheep of the,
Yeah,
streamer or not streamer, but of a movie franchise. Star Wars had a few because it's so big, it needs more than just one.
I think the whole my situation with that is I think with it was the character Mutt.
Yeah.
That was my big issue, and where how they could have instead of him maybe that's just my own personal opinion, but instead of him be one of the like the greasers, he
Yeah.
could have followed his footsteps, maybe as Indiana Jones later on in life. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Oh,
They could have went that way with it.
yeah. I kind of like the idea of that they're showing that the in a way, the Indiana Jones, like, lifestyle is still living on because
Yeah,
the girl that was in
the
this last
goddaughter.
movie, she was like she's kind of doing the same thing Indiana
Yeah,
Jones was doing, but just for the wrong reasons, but still doing it.
but that's what I'm saying. They could have done that with Shia LaBeouf's character, Mutt.
Yeah, they could have done
They
that with
didn't have to
Shia
become a.
LaBeouf.
Yeah, maybe he was a greaser, fine, but he could also been go into that direction later on in the film and learn from Indiana Jones, and you know what I mean. So
They
then it
could have
could have
done a
just
lot
went on,
better.
but
You know what they could have done? They could have put Short Stuff back into a role.
short round, yeah,
Short
exactly.
Round. Why not bring him back? You know, he's already in his 30s. It'd be about the right, I guess.
Well, back then, yeah, he would have been late 30s
He's well, it's this
because
year.
it's yeah,
It's the new
okay,
movie, so that
true.
is what is his last name is Lee, I think.
What's that?
Short Stuff.
Oh,
Actor name.
I wrote it down. It's Ki-hoi Kwan. That's his real
Yeah,
name.
Quan. Yeah,
Yeah,
and he's been in a lot of American movies.
yeah. He was in that
He has
last.
a really good career.
He was already in that last movie, which was a very weird movie.
Yeah.
Something, everything possible, or whatever. I can't remember the name. It's like something, everything, everywhere.
Everything, everywhere, everything is
Yeah,
possible, or something
something
like
like
that.
that.
Yes.
I watched that film and I was just like, what? What am I? What am I watching?
But I guess that movie itself became pretty big once it got the votes as best film of the year. So
I was scratching after I saw the film and I had
I
a
was like,
question.
"Wow, you picked that movie?"
Exactly. I was like, that one for the best picture? What?
Oh gosh. Okay. Well,
It made kind of sense, but no sense. I don't know. My brain was fried
you
after
don't know
watching
what to
that.
think. The movie industry is on its toes. You don't know what to think.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he was good in it, but so was Shell Yao. But it was
Yeah.
like, and I still believe that Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
I don't think she should have won.
I don't think she should have won.
It should have went to in Wakanda Forever.
Oh yes.
She should have won it.
Yeah. And that would have been kind of like an ode towards probably Chadwick. Wasn't it Chadwick?
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chadwick.
yeah.
May he rest
Rest in peace. That
rest
whole
in
film,
peace.
basically, that whole film was about him. So
Yeah. Yeah. We like that. I like
yeah,
that
it was
movie.
good. I thought it was a good film.
That might have to be one of our movies that we could review. That wouldn't be that bad. The only movie that he's in, really. He's been in a few Disney.
No, he's been in what else has he been? He played Jack.
Avengers.
He played Jackie Robinson.
Oh, he did.
He was good in that film.
I
Oh my
forgot about
god,
that. I thought
he
he was
was
like
so good in
unknown
that.
before he was Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, he did that before all the Marvel stuff. So
Okay. I did not know that.
I think he was
And
in something else before that too.
okay. And then I know he was in the Marvel movie, and he did not die in the movie, but he died after doing parts in I believe wasn't it Endgame?
I think wasn't he still filming that?
I think so. He
And
was
then he
like
passed
he did
away.
the beginning part,
Yeah,
but then he died in between, I think.
yeah. And then I think what was it? They had to put CGI in or something.
Yeah. Not very much, but it's only like the last
Just a
15
little bit.
minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
The rest of it is all him.
Yeah, I was like,
Um,
when I saw him come through that thing, I was like, oh, here we go.
yeah.
It's like,
Here we go. Last hurrah. Here we
yeah,
go. Well, we didn't know it was going to be his, though. He died young.
yeah,
So,
he really
but
did.
he
It's
knew that
unfortunate,
was going to happen sooner or later.
but still, it's unfortunate. He was a good actor,
He was a good actor.
really good actor.
Yeah. That's going to have to be another one we're going to try to review, probably.
Now, are you going to review just Marvel movies or any type of other movies?
I'm just going to, any type of,
Oh, okay.
mostly probably Disney, but
Yeah.
I could go away from Disney if I get intrigued to go away from Disney.
I was just going to say, I've watched a lot of 80s films. So if you're ever doing an
Yeah,
80s one,
we could do an 80s film. What movie were you thinking of?
there's so many.
Grease? Oh, if we do Grease, then we could
Grease.
try to
Yeah.
we could try to dive into the new Grease that just came
Yeah.
out.
I mean, like I said,
Oh,
we got the Goonies, we got this
oh,
right here,
Goonies, that's true.
Ghostbusters, we got Back to the Future. I mean, there's a whole bunch.
Flight of the Navigator,
Theater. I've seen a lot of John Hughes films, so I mean,
John Hughes. Yeah.
yeah, when he passed away too, that was pretty sad.
Yeah. I'm hoping Harrison Ford has a good enough career that he's kind of like not Denzel Washington, but Morgan Freeman. Think how old he is, kind of too. He's
Is
up
there,
there.
they're around this. Well, Morgan Freeman's I think in his what, late 70s,
Yeah, he's a
mid to
little
late
older.
70s, or is
Or
he in
have
his?
something like
Wait a minute.
Betty White. Remember, she had a show coming out almost the year that she died, and it was like, and she was like in her late 90s, wasn't she?
Mid to late 90s.
Mid to late 90s, yeah.
Let's see, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's up there.
he's older. He's 86 years old.
He's 86. Think of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think Harrison Ford is up there. He definitely.
Yeah.
He's had a great. I mean, he was doing films in the 1960s.
Yes, he was. He was a, if I remember correctly, Harrison Ford was a child star at one time,
Yeah, he was. I remember I
which is
watched one.
kind of interesting,
Yeah, I think I forgot the name of the movie, but he was in a Western film, I believe.
Oh,
Harrison Ford in the 60s.
wow.
And I looked at him like, holy crap, he looks so young.
Oh,
Yeah,
I guess so. So I would say this movie franchise itself, it's making a lot the child stars and older stars that it makes is they're having a pretty good career afterwards. It's not really some movies kind of kill what their acting career does. These
yeah.
ones seem like at least it pushes them in towards having more movies.
Well, in a way, yeah. But I mean, if you look at Ke Huy Quan, yeah, he did this
Yeah.
movie, he did The Goonies, but then I think he did a little bit after that, but then he just disappeared for almost 20 years.
Yeah. He
But then
did
he came
indeed.
back,
Yeah.
and you could see it in his speeches. I actually met the guy one
Oh,
time.
very cool.
I went to what was yeah, MegaCon. When they had MegaCon in
Okay.
2019, they were doing a whole Goonies thing there, and
Yep.
he was one of the guests. And I saw him. I took a picture with him, and
Yep.
he was very humble, very nice guy, very down to earth.
Very
And
cool.
you can hear him when he was accepted the awards. He's very humble, and he was very accepting and very grateful that they gave him another chance that back into the industry. I mean, he was
Okay.
actually crying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
That's kind of cool.
I hopefully he does a lot more movies because he is another good actor.
Yeah. He needs to keep doing movies. Maybe start up kind of like a lot of older generation are doing and have a kid join what you're doing. So a younger person do it that's from your family,
Hmm.
continue on. We could see that in a few films. Who has done that? Well, I know Will Smith has done that. He's still quite young though, officially, but he has Jaden Smith
Unfortunately, we won't be probably seeing him for quite a while.
quite a while, but he at least he was in After Earth. But
After Independence
he
Day,
was in
that
yeah,
was
exactly.
one of his first films.
Yeah, and then I think he did Karate Kid was before that, wasn't it? The new one.
Karate Kid. No, that was his son,
Yeah,
and that was with Jackie Chan.
yeah, that was.
That was okay.
That was okay. It
It
wasn't as
was
good as the original, but
yeah, it was
they did that
okay.
because if I think correctly, they did that because the TV series of Kai was out, or
Yeah,
what a
Cobra Kai.
the new TV series came out, and they wanted a kind of like a new refresher on, hey, this is kind of what happened at the
Mhm.
beginning with a new character. There you go.
they are making another one with Jackie
Oh,
Chan. I don't know if you heard
okay.
that. Yeah, I don't know who's
Well,
going to be the kid, but who knows?
and then another one that did that was it's not Jackie Chan. Who am I thinking of? Jet Li? Yes. Didn't Jet Li have a kid that was in acting, but then he died while what was that movie? While making
No, Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee, and it was Sparrow, wasn't it? Yeah.
Um,
No, was it
no,
Sparrow?
The Crow. The
The
Crow.
Crow, Sparrow, Crow. Pretty dang
Yeah, his
close.
son was Brandon Lee. That was
Yeah,
his
Brandon
name.
Lee.
Yeah,
And
that was a shocker. I heard that. I was
that
like,
was a
you got to be
shocker.
kidding me.
That is something to see while you're in New York, or not in New York, but while you're in Seattle. By the way, they're both. He's buried there.
Brandon Lee or
Yeah,
Bruce
Brandon Lee.
Brandon Lee?
But I think both really,
Both.
both. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I would like to see that because I like Bruce Lee's films.
Oh, look what Jonathan put.
Actor, apparently.
I could see him as a stunt coordinator for that. Okay.
He's
Okay.
actually, I think he's actually isn't he did you hear about the new, the animated Turtles movie, right?
Oh yes.
I think he's doing Splinter, I
Oh,
believe.
okay, but that's
Is the voice,
the
I believe.
voice. Okay. He's done voice acting before. For Disney, really, if I remember correctly, because he was
Yeah,
voice acting for
a few
Jackie Chan
films.
Adventures.
Okay.
That's a Disney film that he's trying to collect all those medallions, and he had his daughter that was always mischievous.
Hmm.
Yeah, he had a whole season of movie.
The clip. Yes, Jonathan. Yeah, Jonathan. I saw that clip. I was very. It was emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's Jonathan too. You have to realize they're going more toward
Yeah.
the younger teenage of it, like
They keep trying to push it towards younger
12,
people.
13 year olds, where I
Yeah.
think the other one was more like 15, 16, 17, around
Yeah.
that age. And if you
And
look at
it's
it, if you look
the
at it closely, it looks like the movie how it's made. It's
yeah.
more like the comics,
Yeah, it's more like the
the
comics.
original comics. That's why it looks like that.
The weird thing is they keep trying to reboot that. I don't know how many times there's been a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
I want to see another live action film, honestly.
They did
I
it
really
once. Look at the 1980s.
no, but like a newer version.
Newer version would be kind of cool, but
I mean, when they
it's
came
just
out,
like but Disney already did that. And that's the thing though. Not Disney, but whoever makes it, I think Paramount already
I believe
did
it
that.
was Paramount did that. But yeah, it was 1990, and then you had the second one, which was all right. The
Yeah.
third one was it was a little off with the whole time travel thing.
Yeah.
And then they made the other one with the CGI, like these Turtles on steroids.
Yes.
I didn't really like that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nickelodeon. Yeah, that's right. Nickelodeon is in charge of it now.
Nickelodeon, so it's Universal. Ooh.
So they
If
could.
we know it's Nickelodeon and we know it's Universal, could they make a something on do they have something on him?
What do you
Do they have a
mean?
ride? Do they have something in the park? Sorry.
A turtle attraction
Yeah.
at
Not that I know
Universal?
of. It's
No, I
it's
don't
their
know.
franchise.
No, there isn't a turtle. No, there isn't. There's no ride. There's no attraction or
No.
nothing, which is kind of shocking.
Exactly. There might be a meet and greet. I don't know. There might
Well,
be sort of
well, if you
uh,
remember back in the day, Universal in the 80s and 90s, they did have the character meet and
the
greets because there
character
were
meet and
people
greets.
were in
Yeah.
the outfits of the turtles. I do remember that, but ride wise, I don't think there was one.
Yeah,
Unless
right.
I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. It's been so long.
If I remember correctly, in the 80s, the meet and greets, they even had the van at one time that they used or looked like the van that they used for the movies from the early 1990s for like the I believe they called it the Splinter van or something like that, and it had a bunch of things that looked like it was like 90s style.
What do you mean the turtle van? They
The
had
turtle
the
van, yeah.
yeah. What the heck was that called? Yeah, it was called
It
something.
was a Volkswagen Bug that was enhanced.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember they had the toys, and it was like the pizza thrower from that thing.
Yeah,
I had one of those.
man.
But I remember that they took that big picture in front of the Universal Studio sign, and you
Yep.
had all the characters, and that was the picture. I remember that.
Yeah. They should make a ride. That bothers me a little
Yeah,
bit.
they made everything from other movies.
Yep.
Of
Maybe
course,
they don't have
most
the
of them are
rights.
down now.
That is one of those movies, it seems like, that always been up in the air on who has rights to it.
True, but I
I
think
don't know.
though, yeah, I
Is
don't
it all
know.
the way Universal, or is like, hey, this movie's ours, but that movie is something else entirely?
True. Let me
Or
see.
are they all
I think
Nickelodeon?
if it was a true Universal film, they
Yeah,
could have had a ride.
yeah.
So it had to be under something else. Um,
Okay.
let's see here. New Line Cinema. That's what it was when the film
Okay.
came out. And there was Orange Sky, Limelight Entertainment, and yeah, there was a bunch. But New Line Cinema. I remember when the first movie came out. That was the production company. And I think years later, and then Nickelodeon, I think, bought it out.
And that's probably who made the cartoon. That's the buff one that you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. New Line Cinema was it. That's right. But yeah, I think if it was a full Universal thing, yeah, they would have had a ride.
They would have probably had a ride by now, maybe had something.
Because I don't think it was. I don't think it was a bomb when it came out. The first movie.
No,
I think it
well,
was popular.
it's pretty popular, I think.
And then the second movie, I think it did okay, but not that great. And then the third one, the third one bombed. I remember that. It didn't
Yeah.
do that well. Have a good night, Dave.
Good night, Dave. Well, I think we did our review. I could probably say, hopefully, next week I'll probably keep in touch with you, but I'm
Yeah,
still hoping to try to do it by 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It all matters on how my day turns out. I got called in to work on a weird day today, so that's why I had
okay.
to do it later.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah,
Send me a
okay.
message.
And earlier time we might get to have some other people that come on too, hopefully, as a
Yeah,
movie
because
review.
Because right now my schedule with work it's good right now, so
Okay.
I'm open.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining on.
Thanks for having me
Um,
on.
it was a great show. We talked a lot about the Temple of Doom and many, many, many other movies.
Yeah, off track stuff.
Oh, I love it. It opens up my brain to what else we could go off of. What could what happened in the 80s? Would there be any 80s film from Disney that you might remember? Man,
Mm.
there had to have been some.
I know there was baseball movies.
Baseball.
I know that.
I could go with baseball. Angels in the Outfield.
That's what I was talking about. Yeah, I remember that. I mean, yeah, there's lots of Disney movies from the '80s too.
Spider-Verse. If we're gonna do Spider-Verse, I might have to try to go towards the original first. Spider-Man.
I still have to watch that. I have not seen that yet.
The new one, or
The original and this one that just came. I think I'm just gonna wait till it comes on Disney Plus and watch it.
I don't know if it's going to.
I thought the original was
fun one because I know Spider-Man is official Disney. It's one of those ones that's split in Marvel because it's part Universal and part Disney. Right. Because Universal has the rights if it's, I believe they said east of the Mississippi River, and if it's west of the Mississippi River, Disney has the rights. Or something like that. They have a stupid clause.
It's so dumb. It's so crazy how it's just split up like that. And then they have to make a deal on, all right.
Sony, that's who I mean, yes.
Sony.
We'll
have to split the earnings, and then, no, you could make 3, or then I can make another 3. It's like, just get together and make a movie. I mean, really. Well, so split the earnings
before, so look at Roger Rabbit. I'm sorry, but...
True. There's an 80s movie right there.
Oh,
we could talk about it. I like that. That was a good one.
I know someone else that would come in for that one because I know he loves that movie.
Oh, I like it too.
That might have to be go to, or that might have to be another. We might have to do a review on that one. I'll have to try to text him and see if he'll join us for that one. That'll be fun. I'm definitely doing the third movie next week, hopefully on Wednesday, 4:00 if I can make it. If not, then I'll text you when I finally can have time to do the show. I'm gonna still try to keep these things alive. I don't know how alive I can keep it, but
all right. Hey, whatever
enough
works.
People come on here. It's a good review show, so hopefully everyone has a great day. I'm starting to become tired and sleepy. Yes, it's still light out in my coast.
Oh, it's dark here.
Yeah. It's not even dark here over here yet. It's what time is it?
Is it sundown there or what?
8:00. 9:30 is sundown for us.
Yeah. You guys are still light over there.
West Coast, Seattle. Yeah. Oh gosh. Well, I would watch it.
Oh, Jonathan.
On Jonathan, I would watch it.
Who doesn't like Jessica Rabbit? I mean,
why not? Now, make it more. Keep it a live action. Why not?
We know Pete loves Jessica Rabbit.
Yep. And we know Kelly.
I like Jessica Rabbit.
Kelly from the Mickey Bunch loves Jessica Rabbit. Her favorite redhead. Yeah, I would watch a Jessica Rabbit film, sure.
It's just in that film, there's more to it than just Jessica Rabbit, but most of us forget about that.
Yeah. Yeah, most of us forget about Cabby.
Yeah.
Yeah, might as well name plug. Yeah, that might have to be another movie we're gonna try to review.
Exactly, Jonathan.
Yeah. Who would you want as so they kind of already did a live action, but Jessica was not a live action in that live action. She was animated, wasn't
It's
she?
animated.
I don't know who did the voice, but who would play as Jessica Rabbit live action?
Oh, I think I know. Wait, let me just. I got an actress of mine.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
hold on. Let me find her real quick.
Oh, we got Dave back. He did say he was going to sleep, but now he's back. We start talking about Jessica Rabbit, and then
All
his
right,
ears perk up.
you ready for this one? Christina Hendricks. Look her up, and you'll see why.
Okay.
I would say that would be a great live action Jessica Rabbit. She was on Mad Men.
Oh,
You got her with the red hair, and
yeah.
yeah, she's got the looks for it. So Jonathan Chong agrees. He can see that. That's the first person that came to my mind. I think she would be good. Wouldn't that be interesting if they made a second Who Framed Roger Rabbit, but some of the animated characters come to real life?
That would be interesting.
I mean, of course, Roger Rabbit would be just a regular bunny, a rabbit. Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I I could see that, but I think I like more of Christina Hendricks, honestly.
Yeah.
I just saw that other film too that they came out. So I start Scarlett Johansson, Tom Hanks. It was the one they were all in the desert and they're living together and something. It was a weird movie.
What about Ariana Grande
Ariana Grande. She's
as
kind of
Jessica Rabbit?
she's petite though, right?
I don't.
She's kind of small.
I guess so. I don't
Yeah, I don't
know.
think. I mean, she's very pretty. Don't get me wrong, but I think she's very petite. Yeah. Jonathan says yes, height is a factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not too tall.
I can't really think of anyone else. Yeah, there might be some other people that have.
There are probably other actresses out there, but
Okay. Well, you already know the time I'm going to try to be on next week, so I'll try to keep in touch with you. Hopefully,
okay.
everything goes through.
Sounds good.
Um,
Thanks for having me on.
yeah, no
I
problem.
appreciate it. It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun. I love doing these, and it keeps it alive too. So hopefully, we'll start to get more people in here talking about the movies. It's what I really want.
Yeah.
Have a bunch of people in here. We're all of us talking. Let's just get really off the rail. We love that. Yeah. So hopefully everyone has a great day. We'll be heading out of here and have a great day.